So this morning, I'm going to offer just a short reflection, not a full sermon. I'm going to offer you a story about life, death, and you guessed it, resurrection. The events took place some time ago at another Unitarian Universalist church, and it's a story that I've been given permission to share. I wish you could really have had the chance to know them. They were this wonderfully interfaith Unitarian Universalist family. Noah, the dad, was raised in an Orthodox Jewish house. And though he had left that more conservative strand of Judaism behind, he truly cherished his Jewish heritage. He honored it. He kept many of the religious beliefs from his childhood, including a strong and unwavering belief in the resurrection of the dead. Noah believed that all those he loved would rise up in the end times and be reunited forever in God's love. This brought him great comfort, especially as his wife, Estefania, grew sicker and sicker. They were just a wonderful interfaith Unitarian Universalist family. Anita, the adult child, had been raised by her parents in a Unitarian Universalist congregation. Her teenage spiritual search for truth and meaning led her to explore Tibetan Buddhism. She meditated, she chanted, and among her favorite beliefs was her strong belief in reincarnation. As Anita described it, reincarnation means that my consciousness, my spirit, will rise up and be reborn in some form into another cycle of life on this earth. She quoted the Dalai Lama saying, "We accept the existence of past and future lives. Sentient beings come to this present life from their previous lives and take rebirth again after death." This belief, it brought Anita great comfort, especially as her mom, Estefania, grew sicker and sicker. As I've already said, they were this wonderful interfaith Unitarian Universalist family. Estefania, Noah's spouse, and Anita's mother had been raised in a Cuban Pentecostal family. Although she loved much of the spirit and the vitality of that form of Christianity, she had drifted away from the tradition and in early adulthood discovered Unitarian Universalism. It was there that she came to realize that she was a humanist, something she didn't know existed. "I didn't even know there was a name for what I believed, and that name is humanism," she said. Although Estefania still loved the teachings of Jesus from her childhood, she had let go of her belief in God and shifted her belief to her humanity. She embraced the idea that we only have this one lifetime. We're called to make the most of it by striving to be loving human beings. "My spiritual practice is kindness," she would often say. Estefania's humanism served her well for many years. This was until her health began to fail. As she grew sicker and sicker, she grew more and more fearful of dying because in her humanist mind, that would be it. There's just this one lifetime, and then she would be gone. Nothing of her would remain. No part of her would ever rise up again. She simply would not be for eternity. Although she believed this, it terrified her. That short and strong and sheer finality of it all. We talked multiple times about her terror, but it remained. Estefania developed serious anxiety and started to have trouble sleeping at night because she was afraid that she was never going to wake up again. Nothing brought her peace, even as she grew sicker and sicker. Then something happened. It was Easter Sunday morning at church, and Estefania, Anita, and Noah were there to hear again the story of how Jesus' love rose up to live on after his death. As part of my Easter sermon that Sunday, I shared a poem that I had just discovered by Anne Alexander Bingham. It is enough. It is enough to know that the atoms of your body will remain. It's enough to think of them rising through the roots of a great oak to live in branch and leaves and twigs, perhaps to feed the crimson peony, the blue iris, the broccoli, or to rest on water, freeze and thaw with the seasons. Some atoms might become a bit of fluff on the wings of a chickadee, to feel the breeze, know the support of air, and some might drift up into space, stardust returning from whence it came. It's enough to know that as long as there is a universe, you are part of it. You are part of it. You are part of it. As soon as the Easter service ended, Estefania ran up to me and exclaimed, "I'm not going to disappear. I'm going to be a bit of fluff on the wing of a chickadee." Somehow, that poetic, concrete image of existing on as a bit of fluff on the wing of a chickadee cut through her terror of death. It freed her in this miraculous way. That poem on Easter allowed her to rise above her fear. Estefania later joked, "Only in a Unitarian Universalist church would an atheist get resurrected to new life." A few weeks passed, and Estefania brought me a poem by Robinson Jeffers. She had taped this stanza to her bathroom mirror. "I admired the beauty while I was human. Now I am part of that beauty. I wander in the air, being mostly gas and water, and I flow in the ocean, touch you and Asia at the same moment. Have a hand in the sunrises and the glow of this grass." Estefania died at peace with her life and her death, surrounded by her loving family. Unitarian Universalist minister Forrest Church writes, "Whatever happens to us after we die, life doesn't end in oblivion. After our death, our bodies may be resurrected, our souls may transmigrate or reincarnate, or maybe we may return to its constituent parts of our being, to the earth from which it came. Within the earth and the atmosphere, we rest in peace. About life after death, no one knows. But about love after death, we surely know. The one thing that can never be taken from this world, even by death, is the love we have given before we die. Would you say that with me? The one thing that can never be taken from this world, even by death, is the love we have given away before we die. May we allow our love to rise up within us this Easter morning. May we allow our love to rise up among us this Easter morning and every morning, so we can give love away before we die, before we become part of the mysteries of death. Que así sea. Bendito sea. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. Happy Easter.